The total number of police officers shot and killed in the line of duty this calendar year, 2018, to 12. So how can we keep this number from climbing? Let's talk to our law enforcement panel. Screen left, you got Dr. Darren Porcher, a U.S. Army vet and former New York City Police Department officer. Lou Palumbo in the center is a retired police investigator. And screen right, Buck Sexton, former intel officer with the New York City Police Department. Buck, what's going on?
Well, we know that in recent years there was a spike in law enforcement officer deaths in the line of duty, and there were some very high-profile incidents that people pointed to some of the very damaging rhetoric that was coming from the media, coming from the White House, Ferguson, that whole movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the ramifications of that led to some very high-profile officer deaths, in fact, some mass casualty incidents against police, and I think there's also some lingering anti-cop sentiment from that period.
Right.
That said, we still don't know if this year is going to be as bad as what we had in 2016, which was one of the highest we'd had in a long time. But this is where we have to look at officer training, officer equipment, see if they have proper rifle-resistant, rifle-proof resistant vests, things that could decrease the possibility of lethality for officers on the job. But look, it's a dangerous job, too. I mean, there's no way to make sure that officers are never going to, when you look at these specific incidents,
right,
these are times where the officers got caught in bad, dangerous situations. That's going to happen.
Well, yesterday there was a listening session at the White House. The President of the United States presided, listening to some of the survivors from last week's shooting and some family members from other school shootings. This morning, just about 10 minutes ago, he tweeted this out. I will be strongly pushing comprehensive background checks with an emphasis on mental health. Raise the age to 21 and end sale of bump stocks. Congress is in a mood to finally do something on this issue, I hope. Buck?
Well, if you see the president's listening session and you compare it to, for example, the town hall last night that CNN put on where Marco Rubio appeared, you see that at least the White House is trying to take this situation in as bipartisan and fair-minded a fashion as possible. On the specifics of what the president tweeted out, bump stocks, I don't see a problem with that. In fact, most Second Amendment enthusiasts I know say they had never heard of a bump stock.
That would not have stopped last week's shooting.
It would have stopped nothing. But then again, it's also a question of, do you really want to fight a big political battle on this? The bigger place, I think, for movement, and people who are big Second Amendment advocates agree with this, would be on passing along to the federal level for the background check system any mental health disturbances, issues that local and state law enforcement come into contact with. Right now, that system is a big hole. Those red flags, which were missed in this shooting in Florida, need to be passed to the federal level so background checks could actually catch it. Right now, that system is problematic.